So a lot of research will be done in that area. A lot of research, meaning every research lab in America, I can't talk about other countries, wants grants, money. Without it, they can't do research. We give them whatever the hell they need, and right away you've enhanced the world. You know, there's many different approaches to medicine. There's natural cures, and then there's medicine. Now, I told you, I think I told some of you, if the drug companies found out that celery juice can lower blood pressure, they're not going to put that in their publications. Our pills cost $2 a piece. You drink a glass of celery juice every 2 days, your blood pressure will go down. It's not to the advantage of that company to do that. It's not the advantage of the gasoline company to push electric cars. You understand that, don't you? And they have more power than the electric companies have, apparently. But the battery is a big thing to carry in a car. And the engineers tell us, the electrical engineers, the battery is a lousy way to solve problems. The future will be what they call supercapacitors. They're little tiny units about this size that have the power of a big battery. And the cars equipped with that can take off fast and shall be charged in just a few minutes rather than overnight. So when the electric cars come out, there'll be more research done in supercapacitors. But right now, the electronic engineers don't control companies. They work for companies. And if you pay them a fairly good salary, but not enough to start their own company. If you pay your help, if I paid my help, say if I had a factory, $3,000 a week, I'm a hell of a nice guy. They're going to take their family out on a cruise. I won't see them Monday morning. Do you understand that? So you pay your help the minimum wage. They have to come back Monday if they want to pay their rent or their food. So minimum wage is not a nothing thing. It's well worked out. So the lower the wage, the more dependents they have to come back. If I paid my help $10,000 a week, they'd buy an airplane, fly to France. I'd never see them again. So minimum wage is engineered for the stability of a certain company. Why do we outsource to China? Because our earning capacity goes up. If it cost me $50 or $100 to make a refrigerator, if I have it made in China, it costs $25. I can sell, I can beat your company. Do you understand? If you produce them in America. So all the countries are cutting each other's throats, really. They are doing that. So China might be at the lead now, but Spain may be there tomorrow. The company that's falling apart has to come up with new ideas or they die entirely. Do you understand that? See if you can think of other negatives, yes.
Back on the transition thing, I'm curious, if we did decide to go to that and we do the research, like what kind of time frame do you think? How long would it take before people would be allowed to move into cities?
They asked the same question when we went to war with Germany, Spain, Italy, and the Axis powers, all the Axis powers. Here's what they found. They had to get boys from America that go to church and had to get them to kill. And they asked, how long would it take to take a kid from church to get him to kill? And Frank Capra said 3 months. Now here's what he did. I think I mentioned that before. You take Chinese Americans and put crooked teeth in them to make them look bad. False teeth, they just stick out. Buck teeth. And you have them gang rape a girl, then cut her open, especially if she's pregnant. Cut her open. And you make movies to develop hatred, just show banzai, just people killing each other. Japanese cutting an American to pieces, or gang raping a girl, or blacks gang raping. Whatever it is you want to develop, Frank Capra knows what to do. Now he's opportunist, of course. I would never make pictures like that, even though there was a lot of money in it. I wouldn't make any pictures like that, because that doesn't solve problems. It merely delays them. And if you come to understand that, there's no system in a monetary system that can make it decent.
So he took kids and changed them within 3 months. So if you had access to televisions and media, you could change people's values within about 3 months.
Very quick. That's what Frank Capra found. That's what the Army found. that the Army endorsed certain films and gave the film companies money to make films called Why We Fight. But the trouble the Army had came later. I think I told somebody with a certain type of bird in the South Pacific Islands. They're called the miner bird. You ever hear of it? It's like a parrot. And the bird used to repeat what the Japanese used to say, "Yankee, come out and fight." The birds would say that to trees, and shoot them. And they wasted a lot of ammunition on the miner birds. So the Army didn't detect that till later. Now, if the Japanese or the Chinese come out with computer jamming systems, if they spent all their money instead of on weapon systems, guided missiles, computer jamming, lots of money, billions, they can jam our computers and fuck up our Army, Navy, Air Force, and everything. Yes,
Question?
yes,
Since we're talking about movies,
yes.
in our monetary system, that's the business in which I'm currently involved.
Good.
Okay? Now, since you've thrown advertising into the group of disciplines that will become extinct, I've been thinking about this quite a lot.
That's
Okay.
right.
And I have a thought, and I want to run it by you. Okay? In a resource-based economy, in a new city, let's say these two gentlemen, they each make movies. Okay? Now, of course, it doesn't cost anything to go see the movies. They're free.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Now,
Oh, wait a while. Do you mean to make a movie?
he
You build
no,
a
to
set.
see a movie.
Yeah.
So the people in the city are free to go see
Yeah.
the movie. Now, let's say they're rivals, these two. Okay?
During a transition.
No. Just life in general. Okay?
Yeah, right.
And they're both very proud of the movies they've made,
Yes.
and they want just purely on a matter of pride. Okay? They want the most people to come see their particular movie, even though it's free. Now, they both happen to know that I worked on Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and I know that in Japan, the #1 movie-going demographic is young
You
women.
know the type of stuff they want to see.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we changed the posters
Yeah.
for Spider-Man to put, if you look at the American poster, it's all this.
Yeah.
Right? But if you look at the Japanese poster, there's Kirsten Dunst and Tobey
Different-
Maguire
different
embracing
Yes.
in front of this.
Yes.
Okay? And that attracts the #1 movie-going demographic to see the movie. Now, he comes to me and he says, "Hey, can you help me let people know in the city
I think
about
your
my
question
movie?"
is who decides what movies are made and how, what about competitive systems in movies? Would that be permitted? Would there still be envy and jealousy of movies? You want to know how the movie industry, here's how it's run. There are movie studios all over, every city. If you want to make a movie, you can go in and make it.
Mhm.
It's run in your city. If the people like it, it travels all around. If they don't like it, you don't make it. But if you're a female, you don't have to go to bed with a producer or director. Do you understand? You can make any movie you want to make. Everybody has the right to make movies. Now, I don't know if you know this, computers have done away with set builders. Today they used to spend $500,000 on a set for Ben-Hur. Today the computer generates the set with thousands
Yeah.
of people waving, and there's only 2 people in there. So what happens? People make movies, and if the public likes it, they are used. If they don't like it, go back and make another movie. You don't come to an end financially, and you're not honored by your movie. If you make a movie that changes people faster than his movie, your system is used until somebody comes up with a faster system for changing people. But you get no rewards. Your reward is the end of war, poverty, hunger in the world. If you don't see that as a reward, you wouldn't want to live in our system.